where you hit your 9th three to seal this win tonight.
Yeah, I just got to the corner. I knew Dean was going to be aggressive, and he drew a crowd. My man turned his back, so I just relocated to the open area and knocked down the tray.
And that, of course, is your career high. You already had it with 8, but you get the 9th. We know you're always working on your game. We call you the master of the mid-range, but was the 3 something you worked on in this offseason?
Yeah, once my back healed up, one of the things we wanted to work on is extending my range, making sure that I'm trying to get up 8 to 12 3-pointers again, on the other side of 10. And I think a lot of times I settle for mid-range jumpers, although I can get them. I think the 3-point percentage is going to be higher this year due to the reps and due to the screening and due to me being cognizant of it.
Our very own Casey Holdall on Twitter saying, CJ out here with some sort of third quarter wizardry. Can you kind of take us through that wizardry for you in that quarter? You are something to see.
I just tried to be aggressive. Big fella did a great job of setting screens up high, allowing me to get downhill. Their big was sitting in the drop, so I just tried to attack him and put them in a tough position.
Well, your offense was a huge reason for this win. After halftime, you guys came out a little bit more aggressive defensively. Was that something you talked about at the break?
Absolutely. We wanted to be more aggressive, show James bodies, and rebound the basketball. I think we did those things. James he's a very good player.
Yeah.
And he's hard to stop, but I think we made it as difficult as possible tonight.
You guys continue to say with each game, with each practice, you guys will get more connected, you'll get more comfortable with each other. Do you think you're getting there?
We're getting there. Slow and steady wins the race. We got to try to speed up. We got some great opponents on this road trip coming up, so we'll have our hands full.
Wild game in Portland and a huge night for CJ McCollum. 44 minute, everybody. It's game time here on NBA TV. I'm Matt Weiner, Channing Frye, Sam Mitchell. Guys, 44 points and 17 assists for James Harden in his first game of the season. Whatever else has happened up to this point, he's still an elite offensive force in the league. And if you're the Rockets and you see a performance like this, Sam, why would you want to trade him?
Well, if James Harden keep playing like this, they're not going to trade him. The owner's going to tell the coaching staff and the GM, go down there and make James happy. Anytime a guy can come out of shape, he looks 10, 15 pounds out of shape, and play 40-plus minutes and get you 44 and 17. It's remarkable, man. I mean, who needs training camp when you got James Harden?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like we hear this narrative, obviously from the media and stuff that he's putting out as a team, but he was genuinely mad that they lost tonight. He was making the right plays, right? He was doing the right things. He's getting guys involved. He's communicating with everybody, being a leader. So for me, it's like, listen, all that can go on behind closed doors, whether you want to be traded or not. But if you got to come out here and play like this every night, we're going to have long conversations for the rest of the season.
Most 40-point double-double since the NBA merger. Harden, one more than Shaq as of tonight. Wow.
You think Shaq can catch him? I don't think so.
The numbers are just phenomenal, and we started with Harden because of all the build-up to this season opener, but the Blazers win the game, and C.J. McCollum kind of saved their bacon with a career-high 9 threes and a 44-point night of his own, Channing.
Yeah, for me, listen, they were not good defensively in the first half, but once you start making shots, you get to have your defense set. And so all of a sudden they started to get stops and get into a rhythm. But CJ last year had a breakout month. I think it was a month and a half when Dame was hurt. And CJ is now saying, hey, for us to win, I need to be just as aggressive as Dame. And tonight he took over. He was doing a little bit of everything. Defensively, his threes was on fire. He was getting to the rack. We all know about his handles package. But to me, this is huge for the Blazers to also have CJ with Dame and allow the bench and the new guys to come, and you're still winning, especially against a team that I think is going to make the playoffs. Oh, for sure. This is a great win.
Yeah, Sam, Damian Lillard had a relatively quiet 32 and 9 in a double overtime game.
My career high. Yeah.
Didn't have a great shooting night, 11 of 28. But when McCollum is going like this, obviously the Blazers are a much better team. Defensive issues, they need to solve sooner or later. But really, the Blazers at their core come down to that backcourt.
Yeah, those two guys are just, I mean, they are lights out. They're must-see TV. I mean, Dame and CJ, they can score in a lot of ways. And to be so little in the backcourt, the way they get to the basket and finish over the trees, they shoot those floaters, those step-back threes, and then transition, they just break you down, suck the defense in, and they make the right decision. So Portland defense struggled. But look, with Derrick Jones Jr. and Covenant, their defense is going to get better. I said it early, and I'm going to say it again. In the NBA, the defense is the last thing to come around when you're putting together a new team with new faces. This Portland team is going to be okay because they got those two guys in the backcourt.
Much healthier, much deeper team than we saw certainly last year. Remember, the Blazers 2 years ago were Western Conference finalists. Let's take you through the final few minutes of this wild opener for the Rockets. Pick it up in overtime. The Blazers up by 3, and of course it's Harden just working over whoever happened to be in front of him at the moment. That tied it up at 123. On the other end, Damian Lillard, look at that shot. Switching from right to left to put Portland up a point. Harden, another step back.
Why would you give him a layup like that?
They seem like layups.
McCollum with his 9th 3 of the night. That is a new career high. But plenty of time left for Houston on this last possession, Sam. I think both teams messed up.
Yeah, the Portland Trailblazers were not supposed to be switching. Nurkic, and you teach your bigs. If the guy offensive player comes off a screen and the defender is not there, you have to automatically switch. It's a 9-1-1 situation. And James Harden made the wrong decision on that switch. He should have just took a step back 3 against Nurkic because he had him flat foot. But his first game of the year, not bad, 44-16, but he made the wrong decision at the wrong time.
It goes as a turnover, and remarkably, Channing, just 4 turnovers compared to 17 assists. And on a night when he was shooting the way he was, you'd think the 3 after Nurkic retreated, that would just be the easier play.
Yeah, I know what. You know what? I thought so. I thought he was going to shoot that too, but he saw PJ there. But when PJ cut back door, he just threw it right into Rocco's hands. So for me, it's a mess-up play. It's something that's not going to happen a lot. Next time, he's just going to shoot it and tell him to get it off the rim.
Better.